Hello. Okay, who knows? Day eight, I think. Here in Fremantle, in Wayup. I've had a really lovely morning. Let me start with the morning. So, what did I do? I woke up, shower, prayed a little, meditated. I ate breakfast, which I was happy about. And I then hopped on my motorcycle and I went down to Best Wishes, where I ran into James. I had a nice conversation with him there. I then, while talking to him, met one of his friends, a lovely man named Steph. Had a brief conversation with the two of them. James left, I went to Best Wishes. Steph invited me to sit down. I sat with him for about 10 minutes, and one of those people that you just immediately, hey, how you going? What are you this? What's this? Boom, 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 and you just sink into a deep conversation. I actually used a tool that I saw someone talking about online recently, which is looking for weighted terms when people are talking, weighted words, and inquiring with a why, inquiring with a question, being curious about what that word was. And initially it was engineering, and then it was largely to do with motivation. Actually, when we sat down finally, it was about motivation. And obviously I've been thinking a lot about my headspace and my motivations in life, but also the degree to which I can struggle sometimes to develop and build motivation. And that's tied in with, I believe, my ADHD. So that was really insightful talking to him. I then excused myself, went outside, sat down, put my book, which is just here, the Mongolia book, down. It's got Mongolia 2026 written on the front of it. It's my habit tracking diary, journal, artifact. And a woman named Mary, who I've never met before, oh, you're going to Mongolia? Oh, yeah. Close my book, have a really lovely conversation with her. And so we spoke about Mongolia, and I got to know a little bit about her for about 10 minutes, and then she got up and left. And it just seemed, sometimes when you ask for community, sometimes I think when I get up and I go through my daily practice, particularly when I meditate, it puts me in a mind frame where I'm open to these experiences. And as a result of me being open to them, it's not as if, perhaps I manifest them if that's what you believe, but I also think that just being open to them allows you to receive the cues in a way that you then take action naturally. And it feels like, it was it's a bit of a flow state. I returned afterwards. I read an amazing chapter, or the book's also there again, I Only Love. And I came back, I parked my motorcycle, and Maria in the apartment above, who I've met once, who's spoken to me briefly about my motorbike, was getting a motorcycle lesson. Went over, said hi, met Troy, the motorcycle teacher, and we had a brief conversation. And tomorrow I'm going to knock on her door, and she asked if we could go for a ride together. So we'll go to a cafe tomorrow, I suppose. So just, this, that. It's that feeling of that emerging today, which is really lovely. I've been for a run, about a 40-minute run, just to get some of that nervous energy out, because today is the day that I'm doing my first class as a yoga teacher. And of course I'm a little nervous, but I'm mostly very, very excited. So I had some lunch, and I went for a run. I ran down to the South Mall in Fremantle and back up through the town. And now I'm here. I've prayed. I've listened to a brief talk from Ishtar, how well, and I'm going to shower. But I thought, hey, look, I'll make my video journal for the day. Also, I'll have this one now, and then I'll complete the yoga teacher training. I will complete my yoga teacher training with my first class, in many respects, official class. And then I'll hear some feedback, I believe, from Sean, and then I will go to the East Fremantle sauna. with a few friends who are coming to class. And then and then I'll probably go to dinner. I might go to dinner by myself. I might go to dinner with them, but I might take myself out for dinner. And then I'll probably just come home and just sit and, bask a little bit in whatever bliss emerges as a result of all this process. But a video surely after all of this, to be like, this is how it went. Fingers crossed it goes well. And I have, over the last 2 nights, I actually have recorded 120 hours, 120 minutes of 2 full 60-minute sessions with music integrated, and I'm happy with both of them. So I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling relatively, besides being nervous, I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling there is a calmness. I'm just hoping I have the presence to slow down, breathe, create space, not feel like I need to fill up too much, and just trust in the process. So, wish me luck, and it's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. I love you, and I love you, and I hope you're having a great day. I'm excited. You're excited. All right, I'll talk to you in a little bit. Bye. Okay, so I'm gonna snip this in really quickly. I've just had a shower. After I left that last video, I forgot to mention that yesterday I posted the first video I made like a week ago. Now, so I've got this backlog of things I need to upload. But I like open my thing and it's like 5 people have subscribed to the channel, and the video got likes, and then 3 people commented. I was like, what in the world? Like, anyway, what the hell? Like, that's so cool. And like some really lovely comments. I was like, wow, that's actually really supportive. And I still am. Like, it's so like, oh God, I'm so nervous about posting this stuff. But like, I guess to some extent, I was thinking as I was going in the shower, I'm like, actually, like, low effort, full flow, unedited, raw, me expression. It feels more like this is a pursuit of art. I don't want to look at, I really want to be conscious of like not looking at metrics and not looking at like, I want to, if you comment, I really want to reply. I really want to read those and engage with you, because like, how cool. But I really, I just want this to keep being a flow, like a, I guess a natural giving or something. And so anyway, if you're watching these and you're interacting with them and you're enjoying them or getting something out of them, yeah. Anyway, I'm excited, and I'll talk to you after my teacher thing, my class, and the sauna. All right. Mwah. Okay. I hope that's not too loud of a all right. So I am home. I've taught my first yoga class, and I got my feedback, and then I went to the sauna and I spent an hour there with my friends Elsa and Cam. They've gone out to dinner. I wanted to come home. I want to kind of unwind, relax, decompress a little bit, just enjoy the feeling of accomplishing what I've accomplished to date with this yoga teacher training process. And so I've completed my first class. So I am over the moon. I'm stoked. I have prepared more for this, more like I have felt like, one, I was deeply moved by the yoga teacher training experience. I really fell in love with the art of teaching yoga, and there's so many variables and so many dials and levers and pulleys that you can adjust to craft an experience for someone. And I think that's something that I really am really eager to do, and to have that as a form of self-expression, and to share the depth of the power that yoga has to help us drop into our bodies and experience the deep awareness and presence. And the healing factor of that, the amount of times I've spent crying on the mat. Not that crying is necessarily the only mode of healing or expression of healing in yoga, not by a long shot, but I mean, it certainly speaks to how moved I've been by the internal processes that I've experienced as a result of engaging in yoga as a regular practice. And I have prepared over the last couple of weeks diligently, and I struggle to get to this place sometimes. And I'm so happy that I managed to do that preparation, because it put me in a position today where I was feeling joyful and I was feeling nervous, but that nervous is really overwhelmed by this feeling of excitement and trust. And I think because I prepared properly, I also just, all of the factors of like, am I going to do well, or like what happens if this goes wrong, or like, I just kind of melted away, because I went, well, I've done what I can, and now we just have to strap in and see what happens. And I'm really happy that Chrissy, who's one of the teachers at Yoga Lab, and was also involved in the course, was there to give me support and also to offer me feedback at the end of the class. I love Chrissy; she's amazing, and I didn't know that. I knew that there was going to be one of the teachers there. I wasn't sure who it was going to be, and I was really warm to see Chrissy. And so thank you, Chrissy, for your feedback and your support. It went really well. There was about 6 people that I knew, and then probably another 8 to 10, some of whom had never done yoga. One of whom, Bethany, I found out after, is actually entering into the yoga teacher training program in the coming month, which I'm super excited for. I'm so stoked that someone about to step onto this journey or start this journey has kind of seen, and they said so at the end of the class, like, it's nice to see the outcome. And I was stoked. I was amped. I was in there like before everything started, and I was just like going through it, and I was like, yeah, this is good. I got the music going, and I ran through a few things, and I felt good. I felt this calm confidence. I felt like I could do it. And I did. I sat down, a little nervous laugh, and began. And what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to upload the 2 60-minute flows that I've done over the last 48 hours here as part of my preparation, to give you some idea as to what the experience is like, and what my kind of yoga style at this early stage on this path is. And a few notes. So I think my philosophy was well delivered. I'm really happy with how the philosophy at the start just flowed from me quite easily and naturally. I think I did a really good job of dropping everyone in. I did a really nice job of settling myself and settling people into the practice. I actually got up off the mat and walked around the room while I was delivering the philosophy at the start. And for me, that was a big step. Kind of, they talk about the mat being a magnet, and it's hard to get off the mat in your first couple of lessons. So I'm really proud that I dove straight in, so to speak. I am also really proud of the fact that I noticed that one of the women in the class, when we were going through some movements that requires strength and stability of the wrist, noticed that she was struggling a little bit, and I was able to come out of my flow, out of my kind of presence, and walk over and just quietly like check in with them and check that they're doing okay. And Christy was really happy with that. She said that was fantastic, and just that level of comfort, I think I would say I really value. I'm really happy about. I got good feedback on the music. So the music dropping into Sun Salutations, amazing. Like really wubby kind of music, and wubby. And yeah, anyway, I stoked. The one thing I think I can improve on is my energy generation and encouragement, inflection of tone, the modulation of my voice throughout my classes. I've heard that from Sean. I've heard that now from Chrissy as well. And I can see how I can improve on that. And I think that will come with confidence and time. So I'm excited to kind of see that process unfold. And I found myself, when I wasn't expecting this, but I could hear people exerting effort. And that made me go, oh, okay, we should finish up. And whether or not that's the case, my reaction was to kind of wrap up this strong standing part of my sequence earlier than I think I would have otherwise. I'd been through 3 at both sides. And I got everyone down out of the sequence. I walked over to the time and there was still 12 minutes left, and I was like, oh my gosh, now I'm going to do a really slow cool down and then a really long shavasana that lasted about 6 minutes, felt like an hour. I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, I haven't put them in the fire enough for them to really sink deeply into the shavasana. And I love a long shavasana, but for whatever reason, I was just like, oh gosh, I was really quite nervous. So I brought people up and out of it after about 5 minutes, and I finished the class about 5 minutes early, which is cool. I mean, it means there's more space there for me to walk into. I'm really happy with the amount of space that I gave. Chrissy said it was like really nice because there was times where I just went silent and let people continually re-drop into themselves. And I also took time between sequences to allow people to rest a little bit. So it wasn't this kind of vinyasa flow, kind of upbeat, pump, pump, pump. It was really, for me, I mean, the way my relationship to yoga has evolved, I love a strong vinyasa. And teachers like Joe and Sean and Chrissy, I love that because it puts me into a state where when I hit Shavasana, I'm in another place. And but for me, I think I like the spaciousness. I like the slower, more grounded practice. So I'm really happy with how things went, and I'm really excited to continue on this journey. And I have another class in about 6 weeks after I get back from Mongolia. So I may go through this whole process again, and we'll see how that goes. What a day. What a day. A lot of time accumulating into this. So I'll leave it there. I hope you're doing really well. I love you. And I love you. And I hope you're well. Be well and stay safe. And yeah. Mwah.